G'day cunts, welcome to LewReview. Today we're looking at the aftermath of Marina Joyce. Now I do realize this has been going on for a while, but you know what? I like doing recap videos after the dust has settled. I think it's better than going full drama alert, jumping into the middle of things while it's still happening and just fucking calling everybody a pedophile with no research. Here's the info you need to know. Marina Joyce is a British vlogger that nobody had really heard of. She had her own little fan base, but she wasn't massive. Then she started to act out of character and really weird in her videos, and her fans started to get very worried because she was doing weird shit like this.
I'd say that if you want to comment in the comment section, if you want to meet up with me one day, if you want to make a meetup with me, comment in the comment section discussing with me meetups, because I'd love to meet up with you. I live in London, so tell me about meeting up with you. I'd love to meet up with people personally. Like if you want to chill and come hang out with me, then yeah, I'd love to come and chill with you guys.
And because we're on the fucking internet, instead of being reasonable and thinking, oh, maybe she's going through a rough patch, maybe she's just broken up with a boyfriend, or maybe she's trying some new things and figuring out her persona, everybody just immediately jacked it up to 11 and started going, she's been kidnapped, she's being held hostage, and they're forcing her to make videos for YouTube. Do you have any idea how hard it is to kidnap someone? I do, it's really difficult. They try and escape. You're gonna stop them from running away. That's a lot of cardio that you need, and strength. Not only is it cardio to catch them if they get out, but it's strength to hold them when you do get them. It's difficult. Could you imagine keeping someone hostage and forcing them to upload videos? I mean, that'd be next to impossible, let alone fucking letting them live stream. If Joseph Fritzl let his children live stream for 30 seconds, he would have been caught like that. Nobody would even have time to donate to the stream. That's rip a joke. Off the cuff too. If any joke deserves a tip, it's one about Joseph Fritzl raping his kids. So my Patreon's there. Fucking hook it up. Top tier humor. Thanks to all the controversy, Marina Joyce's YouTube exploded in subscribers. But once people realized that she was safe and she wasn't going to do a daily vlog of her escaping from YouTube's version of Guantanamo Bay, they lost interest and started to unsubscribe. Why? Because people are cunts. What do you mean she isn't being held hostage in some basement by the ghost of Elliot Rodger and then being forced to upload videos to YouTube? Man, I wanted some drama, not this fucking wholesome shit. Unsubscribed, disliked, turned ad block on. Oh, making jokes about the ghost of Elliot Rodger. You know what they say, a mass murderer joke a day keeps the brand sponsorships away, so I really need help paying rent. Can you just fucking jump on there? Oh man, what a mistake. After her unprecedented surge in popularity, Marina Joyce obviously let it get to her head because she posted this photo onto her Facebook along with this caption. Now, normally I'm pretty good with long takes. I don't do jump cuts, right? I'm not some kind of fucking amateur here. I know how to speak, right? I get on stage, it's my job, but this thing, I'm gonna have to read it from the computer because it's just fucked. And can we just leave her head right here so you guys can see the kind of head that it's coming out of? Just imagine her mouth's moving because I don't know how to edit well at all. Marina, the goddess of love. I wrote on my Twitter that I wanted to be a god like Buddha and that I want people to call me Goddess Marina from now on. Yeah, good on you, Goddess Marina. There is a special particular reason behind this. Not only is it special, but it's also particular, all right? It's particularly special. I found a couple secrets about the afterlife, and I know that I can still contact humans during the afterlife. And I want to become this because I want to one day create a temple and a shrine where I am known as God of the Shrine. Because I would like to spend my time there with people, drawing art, doing meditation, understanding people. You can just use English for that, love. Helping them with their problems and finding them extreme spiritual help and guidance. Bringing them closer to, get on with it, fuck. Blah, blah, blah. I took too many drugs. Help them to produce magic to do incredible things so that you're guaranteed a safe spot in the afterlife and you're promised spiritual protection. More so than being a religious person. Sacred's... I don't know what the fuck she's saying. Basically, right, she's better than Jesus. If you like Jesus or Muhammad or Allah, Yahweh, Buddha, fuck that, right? You want to follow this vlogging bitch from England, okay? because she's going to get you into heaven for reals. What else? What other crap she say? I'm just going to pick up halfway through here. Chanting and many fun activities for lots of people to join in on. Yeah, Jesus wasn't doing anything fun. He was just bringing people back from the dead. Crystal healing too, and strong connection with energies. How to fix spiritual danger and to create the most holy, sacred place on earth due to my magical spiritual connection with spirits. Don't Muslims have that box? Isn't the box the most holy place? Or the Sistine Chapel? That's pretty holy. Or what else is holy? Fucking whatever this cheese is called. It's pretty holy. Oh, shit joke. Okay, so Marina, I know I'm paraphrasing here, but basically what I'm getting is you want to start a cult, okay? Because that's what that is. That's a cult. That's what a cult is. And that's what you're trying to make. You're trying to get a whole bunch of people to fly to some fuck off country, right, in Peru or whatever, and start up a temple where they're going to worship you, right? They're going to worship a girl who mainly makes sponsored content on YouTube. I mean, Jesus was turning water into wine and resurrecting the dead, but, you know, if Marina Joyce can sell a dress that looks like it came straight out of a hentai tentacle rape thing, I mean, fuck, that's a miracle. I'm not done, all right? There's more. Put the fucking head back. Right. This temple will be built, I think she means built, in Peru. I'm thinking Machu Picchu, but I'm not too sure where to build my temple. Also, notice that it's fucking her temple, right? It's not the people's temple, it's all about her. Also, proving to others that these spirits exist will be easy with my retreat. It will be a Kundalini yoga meditation retreat too. Fuck. The power of God is to help other people, and this is my will to help others on earth, and then we can create a community of higher intellectual beings who can change the world with a click of a finger. This is my will forever, so I can be alive on earth forever. You make YouTube videos, calm the fuck down. All right, Marina, all right, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt here. You can talk to the dead, that's a superpower you have. You're also a god, I worship you, all that bullshit, right, that you want, okay? So you can talk to the dead, and instead of finding out some cool shit that we would never know, like what was Hitler's favorite sex position, or how did Steve Jobs keep his pants so high without a belt, you think it's more beneficial to humanity to do yoga in some fuck-off land and rub crystals together. Now, some people might have picked up on this, but if you didn't know, a lot of the stuff that Marina is talking about here, the Peru shit, Machu Picchu, the spiritual stuff, Kundalini yoga especially, relates to this hallucinogenic drug called ayahuasca that you can really only get in Peru. Here's a quick explanation of what ayahuasca is. So ayahuasca is a naturally occurring hallucinogenic drug that is for people who have taken so much acid that acid doesn't work on them anymore. So instead of getting a job, they get on a plane and they fly for 3,000 miles to some fuck-off land in Peru where they sit down and they do yoga with a cult and other like-minded fuckheads who have done too much acid. And then they go into the woods and they get tricked by some Asian dude with a leaf on his head. He tells them, I'm a shaman, and they all believe him. And then he gives them some drug and they all hallucinate. And then they come home and they talk about how enlightened they are and post about it non-stop on Facebook until everybody hides them from their newsfeed. That's basically what ayahuasca is. That's so fucking belligerent. I can't wait for the comments on that. It's a fucking experience. It's spiritual. Oh man, I'm gonna love it. And if you still don't believe me about the whole drug cult thing, here's how she ended her Facebook rant like a true cult leader by telling everybody else to work for money so she can take it to fund her cult. If you would like, you could even help me build the temple in Peru if you're willing to earn money and invest in building a temple with me, and you'd gain money from the retreat after it is built. Well, fuck, doesn't that sound like a sound investment? Do you take Bitcoin or just cash? Hey, you know what? I've seen a lot of other YouTubers tiptoeing around what I'm about to say, and you know what? I'm disappointed. Has it really come down to this? Is some ignorant dickhead from Australia the only guy with the balls to say it? Marina Joyce hasn't been kidnapped. She's fucking cooked. She's not in danger, right? The police, Marina's mother, and Marina herself have all said that she's fine, right? She's not being held hostage. She's just done too many drugs and now her brain is more cooked than a reheated dumpling. So look, Marina, I know you think you're a god in this moment, like right now in the headspace that you're in, you think you're a god. And if you are, I'll give you the opportunity to strike me down. No, nothing happened, okay? So there you go. So just before you start up a Kickstarter to scam your fans out of money so you can build some temple for yourself in Peru using slave labor, how about this? Right? How about you just lay off the acid for a couple of weeks? Just cool it on the acid. Stop going to those festivals, all right? And you don't fuck festivals, okay? If you need to take acid at a festival so you can hallucinate a better festival, the festival you're actually at fucking sucks. You never should have bought tickets. Thanks for watching, guys. My name's Lewis Spears. I do a new LewReview every single week, so subscribe for the next one. My Patreon's here if you want to fund my videos. I'm going to be building my temple in Peru if I reach my next milestone. And I also run a podcast that's free. You can subscribe to that. Nobody fucking listens because I never speak about it. Yeah, that's my plugs. That was the video. I hope you like it. I'll see you next week. Catch you later, cunt.